Guys, the Switch 2 port of Resident Evil Requiem is genuinely phenomenal. I beat this game a couple days ago on my PC, which cost around 1.5 thousand euro, by the way, at 1440p, medium to high settings, solid 60 FPS frame rate. It was a great experience. I fucking love this game. I loved it so much that I bought the Generations pack on Switch 2, which is now selling for like over 200 euro. I just snagged the last one at my local store, thank God. But I was expecting a compromised experience for this game. I am blown away by how good Requiem is on Switch 2. Like, I'm not even kidding. I can't even put it into words. I was running this game at 1440p on a very expensive, well, mid-range gaming computer. So I was like expecting to notice the difference when I went onto Switch 2. When I was editing the footage for this, I sometimes forgot which footage was from my PC and which footage was from Switch 2. I'm not even kidding. And what's even crazier about this is the Switch 2 version is running at 540p upscaled. This game's just confirmed to me that DLSS is like genuinely black magic. I don't know how it works. Like, that's genuinely insane to me. What's even more insane is that the game runs at 360p in handheld mode. 360p. And I genuinely think, because of the screen size, it nearly looks better in handheld mode than it does in docked mode. Like, I went into college a few days ago and I showed my friends what the game looked like on Switch 2. They were all blown away by it. And I told them to guess what resolution it was running at in handheld. And someone said like 720p, I think someone said 540p. And when I said it was running at 360p, they were genuinely blown away. It's insane. Like, if you are looking for the differences, if you're comparing footage side by side, will you notice it? Yes, of course you will. The Switch 2 version is objectively cut back. But it's cut back in all the right ways that it doesn't feel like you're missing anything. It's like the fat has been cut off a steak, but you actually enjoy the fat, I guess. It's nice, and it adds to the experience, but it doesn't take anything away if you get rid of it. It's insanely good. I've played about the first 2 hours in Switch so far, and it targets a 60 FPS frame rate, which it mostly consistently reaches. I did notice some drops, but never enough that it's made me go like, oh goddamn, I wish I was playing this on PC. The main thing that I miss playing this game on Switch, which is insane to say, is just that I don't have mouse controls. I am an avid mouse and keyboard player for Resident Evil. I cannot hit shots on controller at all. But this game's motion controls have actually bridged the gap for me a bit. I turn them on and I'm hitting shots I would never hit on console otherwise. It's actually insane to me. That, and the given portability of the Switch 2 version being a portable console, I genuinely think I would prefer to play this version of the game over the PS5 version, which is not something I can say for a lot of other games. If I'm on the go, I'll say, yeah, of course I want to play the Switch version because there's no portable PS5 version. But like, if I'm at home, I actually would not care if I'm playing the PS5 version or the Switch 2 version docked. That is how minimal the difference is to me. Can I notice it in the hair? Yes. Can you notice it around some objects? They have this weird kind of white outline around them due to upscaling. Yeah, you can. Does it actually matter? No. It genuinely could just be a stylistic choice that stuff has outlines and stuff like that. Like, I know it's not, but it does not detract from the experience at all. The one thing that annoys me about this port is how motion controls work in handheld. So, if you're in handheld, the axes that you tilt the Switch on is sort of like tilting the left side of the Switch up, or the right side of the Switch up, depending on which way you want to aim, instead of sort of tilting the Switch back or forth, how most games do it, which is annoying. It means motion controls are kind of bad in handheld mode to me. They feel bad. If they patch that, this would actually be my second favorite way to play the game. Do I still prefer it on PC? Yes, absolutely. It performs better on my PC, but mostly it's the mouse and keyboard. If they added mouse controls to the Switch 2 version, which I really wish they did, that would have been such a good game for Nintendo to hype up mouse controls. Like 3 horror games that require, like, you know, precise aiming and stuff. Would have been such a good idea. But if they added mouse controls, I genuinely would swap between the Switch 2 and PC version with no issues at all. It is incredible what Capcom have done with the Switch 2 port of Requiem. Like, I know I've said that like 20 times, But, like, you can see the footage here. It is genuinely insane to me. And it still targets 60 FPS. If I saw this footage and you told me one's on PC and one's on Switch 2, I would just automatically assume that, okay, yeah, the Switch 2 version's 30 FPS capped. Like, 30 FPS tops. No. It's 60 FPS. Does it go down to the 50s and sometimes 40s? It does. But, like, it's never actually been an issue for me so far. And that is just insane to say. Absolutely insane to say. If this is the standard, or even, hell, the ceiling for how developers port games to Switch 2, I have a ton of hope for third-party titles on this machine. It's genuinely incredible what Capcom did with this. I am really excited now for third-party ports on the Switch 2. Will they all be as good as this? Definitely not. Definitely not. But if they can be as good as this, then I'm very, very hopeful for what other games could come to Switch 2.